if everyone that had experience at Carroll and the Carroll alumni would really think back as to the impact that Carroll had on their life, I think that's something that's easy for a lot of us to forget. And frankly, it was pretty far back in my mind for a number of years, but the experience at Carroll and the things I took away from Carroll and the things I learned at Carroll have been so important to me that giving back in any way is just absolutely the least I can do to try to even things up a little bit.
Before we even had an ethos statement at Carroll, Jim is the kind of person who embodies those things like respect and integrity and stewardship. So he was a natural, I think, to step into leadership at Carroll as a trustee.
If you think about the time when he was chair of all the things that took place, the facilities, the academic programs, the quality of the students, the engagement of all of the board, his fingerprints are on all of those issues, and he would never for one moment take credit for any of those things. And the interesting thing is, as we've gotten to know both he and Patty, they're involved in service in a lot of other ways. Continue to stay involved with their church, they're involved with their community. So it's not just something that he provides to Carroll, which is what he's getting this award for, but he provides it for a lot of different people and doesn't want any attention brought to him. I think that's just a marvelous trait for an individual to have.
Jim is an ordained elder in the Presbyterian Church. And one of the questions that is asked is, will you seek to serve the people with energy, intelligence, imagination, and love? And Jim has done that with his whole life, and I think Carroll is the better for it.
The connection with Carroll, because of this next generation, with our kids having gone there, has really been important to both Patty and me. It really further cemented our family's relationship with Carroll. It was really gratifying to us. They both had great experiences there. Ben's wife, Christy, is also a Carroll grad. Having this be sort of now a third generation thing is something we think is pretty cool.
It mattered that he was a parent of students, that the twins were students at Carroll. So he was engaged with Carroll in a whole new way as a parent himself, and I think that is kind of what catalyzed deeper engagement as well. Seeing a really big picture and seeing how important Carroll is to a new generation.
Jim was the chair of the Presidential Search Committee when I was hired, so he was the first person that I met here at Carroll University, and he holds a special place in my heart. He not only chaired the search that hired Carroll's 15th president, but he was also the chair of the search that hired the first woman president at Carroll, so he'll go down in history for that for sure.
This is really a classic story, and it's really a no good deed goes unpunished kind of story, because Jim's father was on the board when they built Maxon Hall, and at the time that was a big event at Carroll College then, and Jim, as chair of the board, came on board and did something that most children shouldn't do. He tore down his father's building and he put up a brand new one, and we teased a lot about that, but it's a great example of the engagement of that family long-term in an institution.
I couldn't help but think about Jim's dad and how proud his dad would be that Jim is receiving this award. The Reverend Lloyd DeJong, who was himself a trustee at Carroll. And so Jim has Carroll in his DNA, and it comes out as service and faith.
I was shocked and honored and humbled, and particularly with an award with P.E. MacAllister's name on it. It really means a lot to me.
Thank you, Jim, for all the gifts that you have shared with Carroll University. Congratulations on this award.
Nancy and I would like to say, congratulations. Way to go. And oh, by the way, there's another person that needs to get some special recognition.
Way to go, Patty. We know that you're by Jim's side all the time. Great job.
Jim, my heartfelt congratulations on this wonderful award. You are so deserving. Thank you so much for all you do for Carroll.
You know, the old Boy Scout camping adage of trying to leave a campsite in better shape than you found it. You know, I hope that that the things that I've been able to do working with the leadership at Carroll and the board and the search committee has done just that for Carroll, that it's in some ways made Carroll a better place than it was when I got re-involved, and every part of it has really been a joy and very fulfilling for me.